Welcome back to the 8:30 show. On this one, we're going to check out a couple of videos of recent alien UFO UAP activity that we've kind of seen. Have you heard much about this stuff that's been going on?
I've seen videos, but it's
Grainy videos.
yeah, pretty much. Um, I was complaining in a previous podcast that
Yeah.
what happened to all of that. It was around summer of last year, and now it's kind of just dead subject.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're circling back.
Yeah,
Stephen Greer hasn't done his thing, so I haven't seen no disclosure, but we do have some, I guess, fairly new content. This stuff has happened in the beginning of October. So this first clip is going to be from a kid who captured something that she recorded at night. Not exactly sure of where exactly this was recorded at, but yeah, let's go ahead and check it out. I'll go ahead and cue it
This
up.
kid captured something amazing.
I'm scared. It's not the moon. It's that thing. Do you know what is that? What? Oh, whoa!
Look at that.
What is that?
That
look at
looks
all.
crazy,
It looks like
Actually,
it has
what is that?
passengers.
right?
It's in the sky. I know it's
This is
not
like
that
Hollywood
because there's
tours.
Yes,
no
that's what I was
around
thinking. It's called Alien
Oh my
Tours,
gosh!
Earth
Earth
tours.
Tours. Yeah.
Terrifying. What is that? Like right in the sky, bro. What is that? Okay.
That's
I
interesting.
don't know, bro.
Comment down below if you know what this is, but
I sure will.
this looks crazy.
It
It's a
does.
UFO
It
kid,
does. It does. It does. So yeah, it looked
unidentified flying object.
that was pretty interesting. The
That
next
was.
video is a little longer. I'm gonna fast forward through some of it because some of it's just gonna drag it. The initial video was 6 clips that this guy uploaded. Um, I don't remember his name, but I'll try to put the links in the description for where you can see these. I think his name is something Wayland, but I don't remember. But I'll put a link in the bottom to his YouTube where you can check out the full clips. Um, I went ahead and just merged everything down into one clip,
Mm,
so I wouldn't have to, you know,
I
queue
mean,
up a bunch of clips. And this is again Langley Air Force Base. This happened, I believe, in the beginning of October. I don't remember the exact date off the top of my head. But yeah, let's go ahead and kick off that and check that out.
that shit looks the same. It's the tours. It's the Earth tours.
All right.
Humans in the wild. That's interesting.
Yeah. Or maybe this isn't the full clip.
Langley's right over there.
And maybe this isn't the full clip, but that's fine.
That's cool though.
That's crazy. It looks like the same thing the young girl that we
Yeah,
just
it
saw
does.
from her perspective. And these guys are out night fishing.
Started
It's
off down there. They've just been chilling there. There's like blue. There's like a blue light. There's a white light. There are red lights, green lights. A string of fucking Christmas tree lights. But it's at an angle.
That's crazy.
yeah.
It's wild. Over Plumtree. The bay's over there. We're out here fishing. Sunday, October 10th, 13th,
There you go.
9 p.m.
Trippy.
So again, like I said, he has about 8 parts of this. Not 8 parts, 6 parts of this. From just watching it, doesn't really do much
It
other than
looks like
this.
the same thing.
Yeah, yeah. So that was that. So yeah,
That's interesting. They look the same.
yeah,
They
they
look
did.
the same.
They did. They do.
Um,
I mean, just look at it. Like, let's go back to the girls video
This kid
here.
captured something
yeah, it looks the
amazing.
same.
I'm scared. Is that the moon?
Like the
Is
colors
that-
and everything.
Yeah,
No. What is that?
Look at it.
Like-
It's red, but there's
yeah, but
blue.
that's just, you know, she looks like maybe she's
Look,
closer
Look,
to
it's
the
blue.
object.
Like,
It's in the sky.
She may be closer
I
to it,
know it's not a kite, cause there's no.
and
place
she looks like she's higher, like
around
she's in
here that
apartments.
can fly, 'cause, oh my gosh, that
It kind of looks
absolutely
saucerish or
terrifying.
triangle-ish.
What is that?
it's hard for me to believe that this is
Like,
extraterrestrials, knowing that,
see, it kind of looks like a triangle right here.
yeah, like a boomerang.
Yeah,
Not like a triangle, but like a boomerang.
yeah.
That's the shape I'm seeing, but it's hard to think like or to believe, you know,
Oh my
that
God.
this is
That
beings from
looks
another
absolutely
planet, because
terrifying.
our government, our top secret black book government has this technology, and it has been said that they have vehicles like this, you know,
Project Blue Book, Project Blue
not vehicles,
Beam,
but aircraft,
aerial phenomenon vehicles.
whatever.
I mean, like I said, you know, Dr. Stephen Greer, he was talking about a lot of this stuff and saying a lot of this stuff was ours, that we, you know, captured, craft, and
That's what
and
I'm saying.
manipulated it and absorbed it
Well,
into
that's
our
what
technology.
you said, Greer.
Yeah,
So did Bob Lazar, and
Bob Lazar
yeah.
said the same thing.
that's why he was there, because they were looking to take
Back engineer it.
take the technology, and
Mm-hmm,
they, I mean, they were successful, obviously.
mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, seeing this, I'm just like, is it us or is it them? You know.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
it's interesting because
Yeah.
they look the same.
yeah, they do. I mean, if we go back to the other guy's video, you know,
It looks the same.
yeah, it looks exactly the same. It just looks like he's seeing it from a different perspective.
Yeah.
Like the girl, like her perspective is closer to this object,
Yeah.
and he's further away. Plus, she's up higher, where he's down lower on a lake, and because you could see, like in the background there's like a bluff,
Plainly used
like he's down on a bluff. You know what I
I
mean?
hear you.
And then you have the Air Force Base right there. And my thing is, why is it by the Air Force Base? You know what I mean? Like what is the
Back to it's us. That's why it's by the Air Force Base. It's us. It's our black book shit
yeah,
that we aren't privy to, but we pay for.
yeah. You know, somebody's got to pay for that $20,000 toilet,
Whatever.
next $600,000.
No, I mean, they have, you know, their black budget, but, you know, according to what they were saying last year, they've lost control of what's being, or what the money is being used towards. It's, what is it? It's above their,
above top secret, above Q clearance.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's above their clearance.
I think that it's there's a good possibility, and you know, I love a good conspiracy theory, but it's a good possibility that not only our government but other governments also have shadow governments within. You know, it's spy versus spy. So
Hell Hydra, you know.
Hell Hydra.
That's what it reminds me of, and any other type of like movie you see where it's some,
Spy versus spy.
yeah, it's shady government.
It's always the shady government. It's always like, oh, I didn't know that was happening. Although here's my signature on the documents. The secret documents has all my signatures on it.
Yep.
Well, let me redact
Man.
everything and leave just A, the, to, A, F.
The government goes so deep that they don't even know like who's running shit at this point.
I mean, think about it. I mean, let's be realistic here. Like when all these secretive projects came on the books, how many of those people are still alive? Not dead from,
Being
spy
murdered.
games, but just natural causes death,
Yeah.
and how many of these new people that are coming in who aren't privy to that, and by the time they have clearance to be privy to it, they've moved on to something, calling it something else, and like, oh yeah, we tried looking into this, but
Someone's
it
always
was inconclusive.
2 steps ahead. It's
Yeah.
always, I mean, I've watched too many spy movies and mystery movies or read mystery novels to understand that that's basically what it is.
I mean, come
You
on,
know,
the
they
movie.
write about what reality. We watch movies about reality.
Yeah.
It's just called fiction.
Well, art imitates life, and sometimes life is imitating art. Seems like that latter happens now more than not.
We're living in a crazy world right now.
But I mean, come on. I mean, Close Encounters was supposedly based on true events, allegedly.
Whatever.
Allegedly, you know.
It's par for the course for them,
Yeah.
Back in the day they did it and they just did it differently. Now everyone evolves. Everything evolves and our government has to evolve and those black budget, black projects, all of that is it goes very deep.
Well, I mean,
And it's always been like that though.
all they have to do at this point in time in this day and age to get it off the books, but still keep it on the books, is have a government contract. Now it goes to a private company, and freedom of information means naught.
Yeah, I know.
So then you can kill the paper trail of it in the
Ain't that
government.
a bitch?
Then you can kill the paper trail right there, because then it's company trade secrets. I mean, what's his name? What did he get? What did he do? What's his name? The guy that owned Skinwalker Ranch at one point in time?
Bigelow?
Yes. And he got a bunch of military contracts and
No,
was
I
doing
know
all these
that.
things, and under private sector, so you can't really do anything.
I'm still curious about the plateau at Skinwalker Ranch now that you mention that.
Yeah.
I'm still if you haven't seen that, go take a look at it. It's a show, Skinwalker Ranch. It's,
It's very interesting. It's on Discovery Channel, so go in with the open mind, because
Yeah.
it is Discovery Channel. It is
and
TV.
you got to give it time. You got to watch the episodes,
Mhm.
but every episode something happens. Sometimes not as dramatic, but sometimes you're just like, what the hell?
Yeah, and the lore behind Skinwalker Ranch is very interesting as well, because they're investigating with Discovery Channel and the guy I call Batman, or Bruce Wayne, uh, the billionaire playboy philanthropist
The
real
new
estate
owner.
agent.
The
Yeah,
new owner of Skinwalker Ranch. I don't know his name, but yeah.
yeah. But there's lore before him, even before Bigelow
Oh, yeah,
took
for
over.
sure.
It goes even further to Native American culture. So it has this very rich and deep history
I mean, the
and
name
lore.
alone should say something.
Yeah, I know. I think that dude out there is a skinwalker, the menace.
Our dog Bo.
The menace.
Yeah.
But all jokes aside, it's very interesting, very makes you think. Makes you
Yeah,
think
it does.
like like
But
even if you're a skeptic, it's like, okay, but what's going on here? You know what I mean?
yeah, it's very interesting. It gives the plateau gives off a lot, the property period gives off a lot of energy, and it calls to certain things to come.
Yeah.
Some, what was it, llamas or alpacas were attacked on there by
Yeah.
some creature. They had cameras everywhere and didn't see what it was. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Cow died and they saw something on camera that looked, it was unidentified.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff.
A lot of strange activity.
What is it? The radiation. There's like waves of radiation that will just hit you out of nowhere. It'll hit one person and someone next to you they don't get hit. It's crazy.
Super hard material beneath the earth that stopped the drill from drilling.
Mhm.
So it's a lot of like weird and interesting things that are
Unexplainable
yeah,
stuff.
that is
And then
happening.
there's like an energy hole. I feel like that's some type of black hole or something. I don't know. Not a black hole, but
Yeah.
like
They
some
called it a
type of
wormhole.
a wormhole.
That's what
There you
they were
go.
saying that they feel that it is. It's some form of a
And they
wormhole.
show it. They show it on like,
Yeah,
maybe it's for entertainment, but it's interesting
yeah,
because I mean, let's be realistic here. We don't understand this planet and we live on it. They're
yeah.
constantly discovering things and, this can't happen, but it can.
I mean, look, regardless of all that, what about the Bermuda Triangle?
Mm.
That's been around for ages.
It ain't Bermudaing anymore.
Right? Well, what's going on with the triangle? Like, nobody. I
We used
mean,
to hear more stories about the Bermuda Triangle growing up
ships and airplanes
than
going
now.
away.
Like it just, but I guess, after so many years, it's like we can't go that way. We got to go around.
We gotta divert. But then there's another one in the Pacific Ocean. There's all these
Ley
energy,
lines.
ley line,
Yeah.
weird phenomena
But
happening
that's
in
what I'm
these
saying. Like
areas.
the planet, it's just,
Yeah.
you know, and there's just so many things that are unexplainable or it is explainable, but it's interesting, it's intriguing, and you know, it it's Earth. I
Yeah.
mean, what do you expect? It's gonna do things.
It's earthen.
But the wormhole thing, I find that very interesting. It's just very random.
Yeah. Well, I always was fascinated with this thing. Um, it's not like a lot of people are like, oh, they'd say, oh, who built the pyramids? Was it the Egyptians? Was it aliens?
Oh Lord.
I don't care. Like at this point, I don't even care who built them. But my thing is like the obelisk made out of a giant quartz crystal. Why quartz crystal?
Mhm.
Why a rock with that type of uh mineral in it?
I feel that their education was different than ours in those times, and maybe they knew things we don't, and the secrets are hidden forever because they didn't want to educate the next set of human beings, like I don't know.
Well, I think it's the same thing. I'm gonna take this from a Marvel movie, but I thought it was a good line, and it kind of explains these things. Like in Thor 2, um, they mentioned she's laying on the bed and they're trying to figure out what the ether is, that's what's in her, and it's actually
Yeah.
the ether. And she asked the lady, "Oh, is this?" And she's like, "Oh no, it's this." And you know what we what people back then, what unidentified science is considered magic. And so we look at these things and it's like, oh, it's just magical and it's this and that can't be real. But it's a science that I feel like it's a science that we lost through the ages.
That's what I'm saying.
Um, and now we're trying to look at it from an eye of technology that
Yeah.
our civilization currently looks through that lens, when we need to look at things from a different perspective. It may sound wild and mystical in that observation, but to these people it was their science. It was what they did. I mean, look at the guy who built that thing in Florida, the coral reef maze or castle, whatever it is. It's a monument.
The Stone Garden.
Yeah.
I
They-
was actually just thinking about that as you're talking about it.
and they don't even know how,
How
like,
he did it. All
yeah.
they said he had was like a black suitcase looking thing, and he requested, or not requested, but said he'd take care of it, and he would only show up at night
Mhm.
and
Work at night.
Yeah, work
in the
at night.
secret of in the secret of
yeah,
darkness.
and yeah, he built a stone garden, and they don't know how he did it because the stones are impossible to move.
And if I'm not mistaken, he was quoted saying he found the lost knowledge of Egypt, and that's how he was able to do these things. I mean, but if you just look at some of these things throughout the
Imagine
ages,
like and no one has discovered that since. How is that possible that this man discovered that and no one else has?
I don't know. I mean, how did they do a lot of these things? Like, I believe that humans had a hand in it, but I believe that the technology that they used was just different, regardless if it was extraterrestrial or not. It was just different from what we have now. And I feel like that's the reason why a lot of the stuff people have a hard time grasping, because they're looking at it from technology that we currently have instead of the actual technology that they had back then. And I'm not talking about sticks and stones and wheelbarrows and Bronze Age tools. You know what I mean? There was other things.
Sometimes people come across things and they decide not to share the knowledge.
I just want to know where the wizards are. What happened to the wizards? Where is Merlin?
Well, I'm curious because
Where's his brother Merlin?
things are happening in this world that,
Yeah.
you know, there's like flowers growing in Alaska or somewhere, or Iceland. I don't know, like the snow is melting, and now these new plants that we haven't seen or have been around but we haven't seen because they've been under ice or whatever. Like, is that true?
It's getting freaky out there.
Yeah.
No
And
Diddy.
there's a lot of stories about like the North Pole, the South Pole, and how we can't go there, and it's because they're hiding things. It's like another civilization.
Yeah.
And I think we talked about that before. Like, it's another civilization. We're the ghetto civilization, and
We're in
over
the
there it's all
projects.
green and pretty and lush and nice and untouched by humans, or maybe touched by a different type of human being.
Yeah.
Or whatever, some alien type stuff, like, but that's just the story.
Yeah.
So yeah, but these were interesting. They look the same.
Yeah, they did. They did.
They look the same. Yeah, I found that very interesting.
Yeah. So that was that's what I got. That's what I brought.
All right.
Any final words on this?
Peace.
Peace.